it sounds like I'm talking underwater, that is because I have a cold and a sore throat, but I am dedicated to you guys in bringing you another bang-up review. Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel, and today I have a review that I honestly did not think I would be doing. I have in my hand the Manny MUA Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette. Now, if you guys have been on my channel for any amount of time, you know that I am not a big fan of really big influencers. Manny MUA, Jeffree Star, Laura Lee, Jaclyn Hill, Nikki Tutorials, the whole shebang bang. And usually when they release their makeup brands, aka Laura Lee releasing hers and Nikki Tutorials not releasing her own but doing collabs, I'm less than interested. I was not involved with the up to the launch, the sneak peeks and everything like that. I just kind of knew that he was coming out with his own makeup brand with the drama channels and stuff like that. And then I was going through Trend Mood, probably looking for anti-haul stuff, and I actually saw the palette and I was like, I actually kind of want to review that. I was actually really drawn towards these shades. You have like the bright ones, the neutrals, the little shimmer thing here. I was just, for some reason, it called to me, and I was there when it released, which was super frustrating because I told my husband, I was like, hey honey, I'm gonna be, doing this whole thing, and he was like, okay. He was asleep because he works nights, and I did the debit card, didn't accept it, and I was like, okay, all right, had a little bit stressful right now. Tried debit card again, didn't work. Okay, all right, a little bit stressful there. Tried the credit card, didn't work. It was declined all 3 times, and I'm like, oh, waking my husband up. Honey, sweetie, can we try to PayPal? We tried to PayPal, went through. I don't know what all that was about, but let's just get into swatches and a review of this palette. Firstly, let's talk about the packaging. I appreciate a brand that for their first launch is true to themselves and their image. This is the box it comes in. It is beautiful pastel-y pink with Life's a Drag in gold glitter. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not expect it to be this big, and I also expect it to feel a lot cheaper. I was surprised with how hefty this is. It feels like a Kat Von D quality palette. So that was very surprising in a good way. Obviously we have Manny's eyes going on here. It has Lunar Beauty right there, right here, Life's a Drag. You open it up and it is just even more glittery, wonderful amazingness. The mirror here is like a princess dream. It says, be a queen right here. Overall, the aesthetic of this palette just, I just absolutely love it. This is amazing packaging. So that alone, I am very pleased with. This bad boy is going to run you $45 on the Lunar Beauty site. I will leave a link down below. As of filming this, it is not sold out, which I was honestly kind of surprised about. I have seen this in a bunch of anti-hauls, but Manny still has a really die-hard following, so I was surprised that it had not sold out already. It is cruelty-free, which makes me very happy. And you are getting 14 shades as well as a brush, which I don't do the brushes in the palettes. I just don't. It is what I am wearing on my eyes today, and let's just get here what you wanted to get here for, and that is the swatches, and then we'll talk about the palette on a whole. Obviously bringing you guys a little bit closer so you can hear my wonderful nasally thing as well. We're gonna start here with Kiki, this beautiful mint shade. Now I will tell you, you are getting this section here is mattes, this section here is mattes, and then you have the 2 shimmers here. I love matte shadows, so I am 110% okay with the ratio. But here is Kiki. Looks that's a terrible swatch. Let's see if we can't get maybe a little bit more here. All right, that's a little bit better. Next up, we're gonna do Fishy right here, which is just beautiful. beautiful blue. The mattes do feel very nice while using them. They have a little bit of fallout, but nothing that, you know, Lorac, Kat Von D, and any other brand doesn't have, so I wasn't insanely like, oh, so much fallout. Then we have Pageant Queen, which is what I have here on my under eye. This was really, really nice, and so far I'm finding that swatches are not, oh wait, that one, okay, that swatch depicted really well. Then one of my favorite colors in the whole palette, this Snatched, which is what I did this whole bit here, going on here. I honestly thought that this was going to be like a bright red, like Sugar Pill's Love Plus, but it is a lot more like a wine color, so I'm not sure if there's, I don't know, discrepancy with the whatever. Got that one going on there. Then we have Campy and Kai Kai. I love the fact that the drag theme is taken throughout the whole palette. Like, aesthetically, I love palettes that tell a story that work horrendously well together, a lot like Kat Von D ones, kind of a theme palette, and I think that was very well done here. So we have Campy and then Kai Kai. Kai Kai is the roughest feeling matte out of them all. So here we have Campy and Kai Kai. So that is all the bright ones. Next we'll do the two shimmers. We have Beat, which is what I have on this area right here. And then we have Legendary. So we're gonna go in with Beat. These feel really nice. I would say they are the most akin to the Anastasia Beverly Hills shimmers in the Modern Renaissance and the Soft Glam palette. Very impressed with those. You do not need like Fix Plus or anything like that. Then we're gonna do Done Neutrals, starting with Hunty and MUG. Hopefully we have enough space here. Looking like that. Then we have Sickening and Trade is what I have smoked here in the corner. So Sickening, which would be an amazing transition shade for my skin tone, and Trade, which is just a really nice, just whoop, there we go. And then last but not least, Cake Face and Shady, which are the white and the black in the palette. The white feels so soft, and the black, whew, I think I probably swatched that one too much. But the black kind of has the same kind of grainier texture as this, oh my goodness, was this Kai Kai? Yes, that one was Kai Kai. I got it right. So let's do the white here, kind of and then we'll do the black. So here are the shades in all their glory, going from bright to the shimmers here, all the way to the more neutral side. Alright y'all, I'm gonna be really honest with you. You guys know I am not a fan of Manny MUA. I think he is full of himself. I think he's very contrived. I think just as a person, generally, he isn't necessarily the nicest. Obviously, I don't know him personally, and I can only go on what I see. I do tend to take big beauty influencers with a chunk rather than a grain of salt. But I really, really like this palette. Y'all, I was ready to tear it a new one. I told my husband, I'm like, oh, it's coming and I'm gonna get it and it's gonna be horrible and it's gonna be I'm gonna be like, oh man, he doesn't know how to do makeup and it's crappy and y'all shouldn't buy it. And then I tried it. And y'all, I was honestly horrendously surprised. I was blown away by the pigmentation, and the blendability is really what made me like, ooh, this is really good, because I started out with this deep dark color and you're like, okay, that's going to be a pain, especially since I'm starting out with it, but it just blended out and worked so beautifully on my eye. And then going in with another dark shade, I have used all of these shades and they're just really well formulated. I can't lie, and it's killing me. And aside from that, I know a lot of people are like really turned off by the layout of this palette, but this palette is a ode to drag queens. I mean, that is definitely what it is. Life's a drag, be a queen. And when you think about the kind of makeup that drag queens do, you think about those basic fundamental shades. So you have all your neutral shades in matte and all these bright, colorful ones in matte and these two beautiful shimmers, that the palette is actually a lot more cohesive than I think a lot of people think. The neutrals are toned in such a way that they complement the beautiful bright colors, and a lot of people don't believe that you can wear bright colors with neutrals. You can. It's great for smoking it out. Do this purple with this shade here, this black with any of them, the white to do a crazy highlight. I was just very impressed with the overall execution of this palette. I think the price point is, it'll run you about $51 with shipping, but I thought that it was still pretty well done. And honestly, I am super shocked and surprised with how impressed I was with the whole, just the entire aesthetic and the whole construction of this palette just completely. And I know I'm going to be using this a crap ton more. I love the shades in it. I think it is just very well done, and despite what I think about Manny MUA as a human being, he really put a lot of effort into this, and I think it shows. So this was definitely a surprising review. I was expecting this to show up, and I was just gonna tear into it, and I wanted to tear into it. I spent my money, and I was like, I hope it gets here, and I hope it's totally crappy so I can just be all negative, but I couldn't, and it surprised me, and I'm really happy that it did, because I really like it. Now, all in all, this is definitely not a palette that you need to run out and buy. If you are a bright color lover, you have these. If you are a neutral lover, you definitely have those. It is not something that is changing the game color-wise, but it is very clever with the fact that you have both in one palette, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to be going to Tennessee soon. I am definitely taking this one with me because I do have so much variety in one palette. So yeah, life's a drag. He did not F it up. Alright guys, that was a very interesting review. I hope I don't seem controversial. I don't care for Manny MUA, but I did want to review this palette. I am very pleased and impressed with the outcome. Let me know if you guys have this palette and what you think about it, whether you like it or you hate it, you're anti-hauling it, whatever, your opinions about Manny MUA. Keep it all civil down in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!